Hello, Longwood Lion. Happy Friday. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. You are so loved. We appreciate all of the hard work. Thank you so much for commenting down below the videos, and thank you so much for your attention to school as you are working through this time of virtual learning. This is your third week. You are so good. So good. So, I wanted to talk to you about Earth Day. Earth Day is coming up, and your teachers are going to be telling you more lovely things about Earth Day. Earth Day is every year on April 22nd. That's also a special day for me because that's my sister's birthday. So, Earth Day is celebrated on April 22nd each year. The first day in the U.S. was celebrated in 1970. Oh, that didn't make sense to me. Let me reread that again. The first Earth Day. Oh, I missed a word. Do you ever do that whenever you're reading? You miss a word, so you have to go back and you think that didn't make sense. Always, always, always go back, even if you're reading out loud in front of others. The first Earth Day in the U.S. was celebrated in 1970. So that's exactly 50 years ago that they've been celebrating because it's 2020. If you take 2020 and subtract 1970, you're going to be left with 50. 50 years United States of America has been celebrating Earth Day. I wonder why. Many people participate in planting trees. Oh, are you going to plant a tree on Earth Day? Collecting garbage. Oh, that's messy, smelly work, but somebody's got to do it. And completing projects that help our Earth. Earth Day is meant to raise awareness of the impact we have on our environment. So what that means is Earth Day is a time where we really think about what we can do to protect the Earth, make the Earth a better place to live in, but also ways that we've possibly harmed the Earth. You know, just with people staying inside more, there is actually less pollution in the air. With less people going to beaches right now, the water is so beautiful because there's less pollution. So this is a really special time of the year to be celebrating Earth Day because of all of the things that are going on right now that we can think about with the staying home and how that impacts our environment. Let's think about that. Like reducing. Think about how much your parents typically drive. Not as much now, right? Over the past couple of weeks, they probably have not been driving as much, driving you to school. What about all the school buses? What about the many people who, the restaurants that have closed? The places where you might typically go shop at, not the grocery stores, but maybe like Hobby Lobby or a fun little place like Chuck E. Cheese. Those are closed, so not many people are driving right now. The air is a lot cleaner. One of the ways we can help the environment is by reducing water, fuel, and energy. Here are some reducing tips. Repeat after me. Turn off the water while brushing your teeth. Turn off the lights when you leave your room. Walk rather than use a vehicle. Unplug Unplug electronic devices. Whoa, I got a little tongue-tied on that one. At night, do you unplug your electronic devices? I need to get better at that because that takes up energy. Walking rather than using a vehicle, that reduces the fuel, which means gas. And turn off the lights when you leave a room. My family needs to work on that one. Turn off the water while brushing your teeth. Oh gosh, I've got a lot of reducing to do. I feel like I can do it. Reusing. Reusing means that an item is used many times before throwing it in the trash. People reuse items by donating clothes. I definitely do that. Using water bottles more than once and taking supplies and using them in a new way. For example, you can take a used bucket and turn it into a container to hold plants. Yes, you can. Can you think of any other way to reuse items? I know my kids, they love taking egg cartons. Whenever I come home from the grocery store, they will take the egg carton and they will turn it into some craft. They love taking old boxes, magazines, and using them in a different way. That is reusing. Recycling, that's a big one in our house. It's the process of turning used waste and materials into new products. Recycling prevents useful materials from being wasted. It also helps reduce energy use and pollution. Many different materials can be recycled, such as paper. Boys and girls, ask your parents if you recycle, and if not, how you can recycle. I know that we get free green tubs just like this, just by calling the recycling company, and they give you these for free, and you set them outside once a week, and right after your garbage is collected, your recycling is collected. Plastic can be recycled, glass, metal, and more. You may see recycling bins in your classroom, at the park, or even at a restaurant. There are also drop-off centers that collect recyclable materials. So that is a way to help our earth. We can also think about helping the earth with plants. Yes. Did you know that trees provide us with both food and oxygen? Trees and plants are very important to our environment. Here's how you can take care of plants. Don't pick the flowers. Have you ever done that? Like, just to give it to your mom or something. But really, we don't want to pick the flowers because they make our earth beautiful and they give us oxygen. Water plants and trees. Oh boy, I gotta get better at that one. Plant new plants, flowers, and trees. I'm definitely gonna do that this week for sure. Absolutely. What about animals? Aww. Reducing, reusing, and recycling also has a positive impact on animals and our environment. Many insects need plants and trees to survive. Picking up trash also prevents animals from getting caught up in waste. It is important to be aware that when we don't take care of our earth, it can be harmful to animals and our future. Oh, man. You know, like save the sea turtles and making sure that you do not leave your trash at the ocean. Doing your part. Here's where you come in. So, how can you do your part in taking care of the earth? Here are some suggestions. Well, pick up the trash even if it's not yours. Now, sometimes that can be germy, let's face it. I've seen really gross, like, so gross, food trash on the ground, like McDonald's, even in front of my house. Yuck. Because, you know, like sometimes people's trash cans blow over and then their trash gets in the yard. Somebody's got to pick it up. So that's when you get on gloves. My fingers are still dyed from our celery experiment. Use energy efficient light bulbs. That's something you need to ask your parents about, but we try to use those. Walk, bike, or use public transportation instead of driving your car. What if you use public transportation with multiple people, like a bus? Which probably many of you do ride the bus to school. Plant a tree. Turn off electronic devices. Talk about going green with your family and friends, which means reduce, reuse, recycle. And so, boys and girls, what can you do this week to help our planet? Think about one and try your best. Pick up trash even if it's not yours. Reuse water bottles. Use energy efficient light bulbs. Walk, bike, or use public transportation. Plant a tree. Turn off electronic devices. Talk about going green with your family and friends. Pick one. Comment down below. Have an awesome weekend. See you next week for Earth Day. Oh, and a very famous ball player. Toodaloo.